Welcome to our webinar on emotional well-being in these challenging times. I am Navya Jain Dangra, and Humanizing Lives have been really nice to organize this event today. So Humanizing Lives is a registered non-profit organization raising knowledge, awareness, and action on mental and emotional health. They they have been okay. So I'm getting messages about how more people are supposed to come in, which is okay. They can join in. And so Humanizing Lives work towards these areas and spreading awareness around mental and emotional health and the well-being and different ways through which we could access that. And that's about it. And I'm Navya Jain Dangra. I'm the founder of Being Plus Becoming, an expressive art-based mental health service. I have completed my undergraduation in psychology honors from Ambedkar University, and I have received my master's degree from the University of Manchester. I am a UNESCO Grade 3 certified expressive art-based therapist, and it certifies me to practice in over 180 countries. Being in Becoming has been established for over 4 years now, and I have been in practice for over 6 years. And we're trying to create safe spaces for accessible mental health. And we organize workshops, webinars, seminars, and around various topics with various age groups and abilities. Yes, are we good to go? Let's begin. Okay, so today we would be doing we would be trying to understand different aspects of emotions, well-being, how COVID has affected all of that, how can we cope with it, how can we manage our emotions in these situations. And in addition to that, we would be doing some activities, expressive art, using expressive art-based techniques, which can help you cope with these situations better and help you manage them. Yes? Okay. So can somebody in the chat box tell me what emotions are? What do they think emotions are? Any responses? Feelings? Yes. Okay, so think about the different emotions that we feel. Emotions are expressions of one's feelings. Yes, very well. Reactions, yeah. Prolonged feelings, all right. Okay, so emotions, so how we react to certain situation. Yes. Okay, technically I'm having trouble with removing the chat box from my screen. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with technology.
Just click on the upper taskbar and just try to remove it if possible.
Yes, 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 doing that. Uh, okay. Can you see or can you see the chat box on my screen? Or can you see the, sorry, wait. Yeah, I
We
think,
can see the emotions slide.
yeah, you can see the emotion slide.
Yeah, we can see that.
All right, fine.
Just put it on full screen. Just put it on full screen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for the trouble, guys.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh,
perfect.
Thank you. Emotions are simply feelings that we undergo, as we talked about, as one of you also mentioned that emotions are feelings. So there are different emotions that we go through. So there are positive emotions and there are negative emotions. So there are emotions that make us feel happy and excited and joyful. And then there are emotions that make us feel angry or anxious or fearful. So emotions exist on a spectrum. So if you think about it, emotions, so there's this entire spectrum on which emotions can exist on, the positive and the negative. So to get a better understanding, let's go on the next slide. So if you look at the right hand side, you will look at the positive emotions, and on the left hand side would be the negative emotions. So there are two aspects and which we face and which we experience, and within that there are a myriad of emotions that we go through. So in the primary emotions, you can see that, you know, in the middle are the primary emotions that we face, that we go through, and from that are coming out the underlying emotions that we may be feeling. So for example, let's look at the emotion of feeling afraid. So, what are the different aspects that can lead to us feeling afraid? It could be the feeling of insecurity. So, you know, I am fat and I think people will make fun of me. And my insecurity is making me afraid. Okay. Or I'm anxious. My feeling, the feeling of anxiety is making me feel afraid. So my feeling of going on the stage, or how to face the situation, the unknown situation in COVID, how things will happen here, is something that is making me afraid. Or it could be the emotion of feeling vulnerable, which is making me feel afraid. So, you know, imagine that you're in the middle of the ocean with no life support and struggling to swim, and that feeling of vulnerability is what is making me feel afraid. Or it could be the feeling of being scared, of being scared of the dog, of being scared of darkness, of the spider, or anything that is making me afraid. So like, so you understand how within an emotion there are underlying things that could lead to that emotion, that could make us feel the particular, you know, the primary particular emotion that we are going through. Yeah, do we get an idea of how emotions operate? So we can take a screenshot of this feelings wheel to go back to, or to refer to make better sense of our emotions in the future. Yep. So let's come on well-being. So what is well-being? Well-being is basically a state of being comfortable, healthy, and safe. And it can be classified into four aspects: being physical, intellectual, social, and emotional. So, so you have to look at the wholesome, you know, so our whole well-being is based on these four aspects, and they affect each other and get affected by each other. So for example, my emotional well-being would be based on my physical well-being, my intellectual well-being, as well as my social well-being. So what we are looking at today is emotional well-being. So let's focus on that. Yeah. So emotional well-being, whenever we think about emotional well-being, it's often about, you know, feeling happy, or feeling calm, or being in control. So it's basically, when we think about emotional well-being, we often refer to the feeling, the positive emotions per se, or the pleasant feelings that we go through. But emotional well-being is basically a balance between the two. Okay, so there has to be a balance between our pleasant emotions as well as our unpleasant emotions. So as human beings, it's impossible to only have one side of the spectrum. Yeah, so we go through, like we go through all the emotions, and we tend to experience all the emotions, and that is what makes us humans. So so you know, many emotions that are easier, that are pleasant per se, we know how to deal with them, we know how would we react to it, we know how would I be in such a situation when I'm feeling those emotions. But you know, negative emotions are something that become difficult for us to deal with. So so let's think of the feeling of being scared again. So, for example, how how would I perceive that feeling? How would I understand that feeling? So let's go through that. Okay. So how can we manage negative emotions? So how would I perceive being scared? So I know that I am aware that I feel scared, my heartbeat goes up. My physically I tend to sweat, or I would want to hide myself. So this sense of having an awareness to know that this is how I experience an emotion, this is how that emotion is for me, is what we mean by perceiving that emotion. Now then is understanding that emotion. So think about the experiences or the situations in which I would feel that emotion. So for example, when I know I would be watching a horror film, I will be feeling scared. So for example, you're going for a movie for which is a horror movie, and you will be scared because you have that understanding for yourself that I feel scared when I go for a movie which scares me. But you also know how to manage it. So you know that when I feel scared, I can first either not go for it at all, or if I am going for it, find my security blanket, or a person's hand who I feel secure with, or hide my face. So these are the different coping techniques that we tend to take on when we are faced with difficult emotions. So now I know कि अच्छा अभी I will feel like this, so this is how I'm going to manage it. Yeah. So having this vocabulary of awareness, of understanding, and of managing the emotion give us the ability to use our emotions better, to understand, to understand how that emotion would be expressed. So now I know I can express my feeling of being afraid better since I have this vocabulary with me. Yes, so are we good here? Because it feels like that I'm talking to the screen. So it'd be great if some of you would respond. Any responses? Any response? Okay, great. Great. So now what we will do is we will indulge in an activity to get this language, this vocabulary better for us. So to have an awareness about our emotions and also to understand them. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm stuck again. I'm sorry. All right. Okay, so for the first activity, I would like you all to grab a sheet of paper and whatever art supply you have, sketch pen, crayon, pencils, whatever you're comfortable with. I'll switch on some music. So take a deep breath in and out. Try to clear your mind. All right, so close your eyes and try to feel the music. Try to feel how's it resonating with you. How's your body feeling? Now think, how do you feel when you are happy? How does your body feel? What are the things you like? Now pick a color for this feeling of happiness. What color would you associate with this feeling? Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and grab that color. And on the sheet of paper in front of you, make any shape whatsoever you feel like, a small shape. So it could be a circle, a triangle, a rectangle. a star, whatever you feel like. Now, whenever you're ready, let's close our eyes again. Yeah, go away from the screen, from the sheet of paper, to your hands, close your eyes, and think about the emotion of anger. How do you feel when you're angry? How does your body feel like when you're feeling angry? Now think about the color that you would associate with the feeling of anger. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and make a shape, whichever shape or symbol, whatever you feel like, representing anger. Now, once you've chosen the color you've associated it with, you can keep it back and close your eyes again. And now think about the emotion of calmness. How do you feel when you're calm? How does your body feel when you're calm? How do you look like when you're feeling calm? Now think about the color you would pick for this feeling of calmness. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, pick that color, and make whatever shape or symbol you want to make with that color. Now, whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes again. And now, think about how do you feel when you're feeling anxious? That fear of the unknown. How does your body feel? How do you resonate with it in your mind? Now pick a color for it. Think which color would you associate with this feeling of anxiety. And now whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, pick that color and put it down on paper. It could be any shape, howsoever you want to. It could be the same shapes or it could be a different shape, whatever you like. And now close your eyes again. And now think about the emotion of feeling excited. How do you feel when you're excited? How do you resonate with it? How does your body feel? What do you feel like doing when you're excited? And now whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, pick a color and make another shape for this emotion of excitement. Now, whenever we are ready, let's have a look at all the shapes we have created. And now close our eyes again. So we are closing our eyes because we then are able to concentrate better and can focus on ourselves better. So it helps you like that. So now think of any 3 smells that make you feel happy. It could be any smell at all. of anything, any person, any experience, any place, anything at all. And whenever you've thought of those three things, you can open your eyes, grab any pen or pencil, and write it around that symbol you have created for happiness. So any three things whose smell make you happy. Don't think too much, write whatever comes to your mind. Now let's close our eyes again. And now think of any three sounds that make us feel angry. It could be any sounds at all, of any place, any person, any experience. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and write those three things whose sound make you feel anger, make you feel angry, around the shape or symbol you've made for that emotion. Okay. Now, whenever we're ready, let's close our eyes again. And now think about any three touches that make you feel calm. Any three touch. So it could be of anything, of any person, of any place, anything at all. Now, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and write those three things whose touch make you feel calm around the symbol you have created for it. Now, let's close our eyes again. And now think about any three things which, when you watch or when you see, make you feel anxious. It could be an experience, a person, a TV show, a book, a memory, anything at all. Okay, so now let's come to the last part and close our eyes and think about any three things that make you feel excited. So they could be anything at all. It could be an abstract thing. It could be something you can touch, feel, smell, eat. So anything at all that makes you feel excited. So whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and write down those three things around your symbol of feeling excited. Okay, so now it would be great if all of us can switch on our cameras and share what we have created. Okay, great. Wonderful. Really interesting stuff. Okay, guys, great. Thank you for sharing. So now we can have a look at what we have created and see the different emotions that we go through and how do we resonate with them in respect to different feelings and different senses. Yes, we're getting a sense of it. Yeah, to get a better awareness of our emotions. Okay, great. So now let's go on to the next activity, for which we will be looking at our COVID, how our COVID journey has been. So for this one, I would like you all to go a little, so grab a fresh sheet of paper in front of you and whatever art materials you want to use here. So you can use paints, you can use crayons, you can use sketch pens, whatever you feel like. Make sure they are accessible in front of you. And now, again, let's close our eyes. Closing our eyes help us clear our thoughts and focus better on ourselves. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Try to clear your mind. Focus on your breathing. How's it going in and out? And think about your COVID journey. Think, how has it been? What all have you done in it? Think about its ups, its downs, its highs, its lows. So think for the first time when you got to know about it, when the first lockdown happened, what were your feelings then? What all emotions were you experiencing? What were the different experiences you were having? What were the different emotions you were having? What were the different skills you were learning? How were the people around you? Think about the things you liked, the things you did not like. Think about how the time has passed in the last 6 months, from the first time it all began to present day. Think of it as a roadmap. Think of how that roadmap has begun. What is its middle? What is its ending? How has it been for you? So how thick or thin this road is? How many spirals does it have? How many curves does it have? How straight is it? Think about its thickness, its width, its height. Think, what color is it? What texture is it? Think of all the different aspects it has. Think of all of its highs and lows. Think of all the times that were difficult. Think of all the times that were not so difficult. Think of all the things that you indulged in. Think of all the things, how they were working work-wise or study-wise. How are they working with your friends, with your family? And now, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, and on the sheet of paper in front of you, try to make this roadmap. Okay? Try to represent how your journey has been. So we will try to make a timeline from the beginning of when you first got to know about COVID, or when the first lockdown happened, to present day in August. How has it been for you? How curvy or jiggly or spirally or smooth your journey has been. So we will take 10 minutes to do this activity. So try not to think too much and try to go with the flow. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me on the chat box. So feel free to go big with whatever you're making. So you can use whatever medium you feel like, and you can also use a mix of mediums. So if you want to use paints and colors and sketch pens, so you can do a mix of everything. So also try to think about the things that troubled you through this journey, and also about the things that helped you through this journey, supported you through this journey. Okay, so now pause, everyone. Pause for a minute. Pause from whatever you're doing and think about any three strengths that helped you through this journey. So those three strengths could be anything on the internal. So it could be anything coming from you, or it could be something on the external. So it could be something that is coming from the outside. So for example, I feel that my strength, my intrinsic strength is to be compassionate, to be caring towards people. And that has helped me in this journey. Or my external strength is my family, or any particular person in your family, or anything. It could be your mobile phone, it could be anything external from you, so outside of you. So think of any three strengths or more if you want to, but at least three strengths that have helped you through this journey, and also try to place it and highlight it somewhere on the piece of paper, on the sheet that you're making this artwork. Yes, let's take another 3 minutes to complete. And let me know if any one of you have completed. So you can write, you can draw, you can make symbols, whatever you're comfortable with. However you want to express it, just place it somewhere on the sheet.
Hi, I think I've completed. Like,
Great.
yeah, you want me to show it to you right now? Or
No, we'll do a sharing later.
okay, fine.
Yes, everyone, let's try to wind it up. Let's try to find an end to whatever we are making. Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready, if you're done. All right, so I'm waiting for just a couple more thumbs up and then we will go forward with this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so would any one of us like to share the strengths, any all with the group? Now we can type it down.
Strengths as in like internal, external, anything, right?
Yes, anything.
Okay, so I'm really close to my grandmother. So every time I felt disheartened during this entire period, I usually went to her, and she was like my constant support. She was one person. Then it was because of her only. She always used to tell me, "Don't lose hope, don't lose hope. This will pass. You'll be fine." Because my academics was all messed up. So yeah, that was like one of the major things, probably I'd say the only thing. It was her and one of my sisters. So those two people, every time I felt disheartened, it was them I used to go to.
Okay, great. Also think about your internal strengths. So also think about what from within made you, gave you support.
The fact that, this will all pass, at the end, one day this will stop and, things will get normal. So that feeling of hope was also, something that kept me going always.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Samiksha, for sharing. Um, yes, we have Kastub here saying, not even a single day I felt like bored or angry or disgusting till date. Okay, so you were able to be in control of feeling these emotions. So you feel that is one of your strengths. That's great. Any one of us, any other person who wants to share their strengths? Okay, so Tulika says getting to spend quality time with her family members is one of her strengths. Okay, so now it's great when we sit and list down our strengths, because when we are in situations, keeping calm in tough times is what Pranav says is one of his strengths. Great, amazing. So being positive is the key. Okay. Okay. So what happens is that when we tend to recognize our strengths, we can always go back to them. Okay. So when we are in situations जहाँ पे we feel कि it is a little difficult, or it is so difficult for me to manage in such a situation, when you look at our strengths or look at the things that give you support from within and from the outside, help you cope with different situations better. Okay, so Radhika says that dancing is one of her strengths. That's wonderful, Radhika. Okay, great, guys. It was wonderful for you to share your strengths here and go through this COVID journey, and find a space for yourself to express it, which is wonderful. So it would be nice if we all give a round of applause to each other. Really good. Okay, let's come to the next part. So what happened, Abhi, is that we tried to look at, sorry, I'm sorry again, I'm stuck with the chat. Yeah. So what happened right now was that we kind of looked and, realized and understood what all emotions we had, what were the things that made us feel like how we were feeling, and what were our strengths. So what were the things that help us manage those emotions in different situations. So recognizing our strength is one of the ways to help us manage those emotions. A lot of emotions like fear, worry, anxiety, have, they tend to come up when we are faced with difficult situations. So it's quite normal for people to experience these feelings. It's okay to feel anxious, and it's okay to feel fearful, because we have no idea. We have never been faced with these emotions, and we have often not been equipped to deal with these emotions, because kabhi aisi situations have never been faced by us. Yeah. But what we forget, or what we tend to not look at, is that from where are these emotions coming? So are they coming from the outside, or are they coming from the inside? Is it something that I can have control over? So if it is something that I have control over, or is it something that I cannot have control over? So people not wearing masks, not meeting each other, is something that I cannot control. It's something that I have no control over. So find ways to accept it. Find ways to not affect you emotionally. And when there are things that we think we have control over, find ways to control them. So for example, watching a lot of news makes me anxious. So what I have done is not looked at the news for the past 5 months, because I know that my anxiety level goes up when I look at the news. Or I know. So, like what we did, when we are to find ways to manage it, when we were going to watch that horror movie, we found that security blanket, or that person to hold on to when we were faced with an emotion which can go out of control. Yes. Once when you undergo an emotion, try to find that is it something I have control over, or I do not have control over. And if I have control over it, then still in what capacity can I manage it? कि कितनी हद तक मैं उसे manage कर सकती हूँ या कर सकता हूँ. And then also learn to accept it. This is as much as I could give to it, but I also have to learn to live with it. Yeah, we getting there? Okay. So now here are some techniques which can help you manage your emotions better. So we call this the mental health care kit. So here are some tips which can help you deal with your mental health and with your take care of yourself better. So first is finding your safe space. So think about the people, like a lot of us have mentioned, you know, your grandmother, your family, or the person you feel support from. So think about the safe space, the people who make you feel safe, the people who want to, with whom you can be yourself, your true self, with whom you don't have to put in efforts, you don't have to pretend, you can just be. Yes, we can take screenshots of this, of these slides if you want to go back to them later. Then focusing on yourself. So first part being finding and grounding who I am. So am am I a strong-headed feminist with her own opinions, or am I a person, or am I? So you have to find the space and the ground to know who you are, okay, and to find an understanding of it from within yourself than from the people around you. And also realize that it is okay to be selfish. It is okay to find the space to love, care, and support only yourself and nobody around you, because you are not responsible for everyone. You are responsible for yourself. It's okay to just take care of yourself. All right, going on the next slide. So asking the right questions. So, you know, a lot of times we ask कि अच्छा मेरे से क्या गलत है मेरे में, what is wrong with me, or why am I feeling like this, or what is happening, why is everything out of control. So, you know, instead of looking at the reason for the problems, look at finding solutions to it. So things like, what am I thinking, how am I feeling, how can I who can I talk to, or what can I do to feel better. So things like things that might help you support those problems instead of going deeper into digging the problem. Next being gratitude and positivity. So think of all the elements in your life that you're thankful for and that make you feel positive, that make you feel good about yourself, and you are thankful and happy that they exist. And it is sometimes very important to also express that gratitude, which we sometimes don't. Yeah, going on the next slide. So again, identifying your strengths. So the strengths, as we talked about, could be external or internal. Strengths could be things that make you unique. Okay, so it could be something as random as touching your nose with your tongue. So that is one of my strengths. That is make me me. Or tying my hair in a ponytail in a particular style. That is what makes me me. So think about the different things that you can hold on to yourself. So, you know, I'm kind, I am supportive, I am empathetic. So think about the things that make you feel unique, that makes you feel you. And those are some of your strengths. So now coming to the last one, express yourself. So this is one of the most important bit of the self-health care, because mental self-care kit, because when you express, so everything that has been conflicted and deep down in our unconscious, with expression, we find a language to express it, so bring it out. Okay, so with this, we can put it across, put it forward, become aware of it. So you can find a language for your feelings using different mediums. So it could be anything at all, whatever makes you comfortable, happy. It could be anything as random as dancing, moving, running, playing games. So it could be something like talking to yourself in the mirror, or making your different faces for different emotions you have in the mirror to know, acha, this is how I look when I'm angry, or this is how I look when I'm anxious, or excited. So this helps you get to know yourself better also, and also gives you the space to express yourself. So, tearing pieces of paper, throwing things, scribbling, journaling, dancing, moving, anything at all, whatever medium or any and everything you feel comfortable with, just find the space to express it. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So now we would be indulging in one of such activities. This is one of the fun activities which can help you understand and resonate with your feelings in the movement, how you're feeling, and how things are going for you. So for this, first, I would really want you all to go away from the screen. Free your hands. If you have enough space to move, find a space and try to feel the music. Close your eyes. Try to feel the music with your muscles, with your movement. Try to use as many body parts as you can, from your toes to your stomach, to your fingers, to your head, your nose. Look at the strokes that you're making with your body. Okay, so how big those strokes are, how small those strokes are, how sharp or soft they are. In what directions are you moving? So try to use every part of your body. Okay, now I would want you all to grab a fresh sheet of paper and any two pens or pencil colors or crayons in each of your hands, and close your eyes. So try not to open your eyes throughout this activity. Keep it closed. Listen to the music and see how is it resonating with you. See how your movements are, how big or small movements you're making. And let's scribble it down. So let's dance with our pen. Let's put it down on paper, how we're moving, how our movements are. Okay. Now we can all open our eyes and look at the amazing masterpiece that we've created. So mine is here. Okay, before that, I would like you to, on the sheet of paper that you've created, highlight any one part. So it could be anything. So it could be, so you can use another color if you want to highlight. So it could be any shape, any symbol, anything at all you feel like. And write the emotion that you're feeling right now. So it could be a lot of emotions. It could be one emotion, two emotions, three emotions. So whatever you're feeling right now, try to make sense of it. Try to make sense ki acha bhi I'm feeling like this, I think. So whatever feelings that are coming to you, try to write them down. So find a word for it. Yes, so any one of us would like to share, do a sharing here, write the emotions that we are feeling right now, any feeling that has come up. We can write that down, type it. Calm, okay. Happy, stressed, all right. Peace, pressurized, smiling, feeling positive, curious and excited. Okay, great guys. Thank you so much. You're feeling love. It's amazing how we are doing such great sharings here. Feeling happy. So basically, this is one of the activities which you can use. So you can just put on some music, any random music, and see how do you feel in that music. So it says a lot. So technically, it also talks about how your personality operates in different situations or in different beats. So there's a lot of science behind that, but we will not go in that. So think about it, when you find the space to think, ki meko, why am I feeling like this? Or what has made me feel like this. So also when you've written your emotions, you can go back to it later and think, Acha, why was I feeling? So what made me think or feel like this? Was it because I was feeling something because of the music, because I was letting go, or was it because I was not feeling in control? So you have to think that what has made you feel those particular emotions. So here, this gives you a vocabulary for your emotions. Okay. So in a way, you tend to be aware of them, understand them, and also learn how to manage them in different ways. So you will realize, so for some of you this music has been soothing, but for some of you it has been a little stressful. So find your soothing music, find things that help you out, or make a support system for you. Yes. Okay guys, great. We've come to the end of the session, and thank you so much for joining in. So if any of you have any personal queries, questions, you can contact me or DM me on my Instagram link, which is being plus becoming. Before we leave, humanizing lives, I would give the floor to them.
Yeah. Thank you, Navya. Thank you. It is so nice meeting you again through the medium. You have been a great assistance and resource for us throughout the lockdown period. You have been very, very generous and readily available for the sessions time and again for us. And we are hugely grateful to you, Navya. It was super informative and helpful. And in certain ways, it kind of made us, showed us the mirror, emotional mirror today in a lot of exercises that you did. Navya, at this point, I would also like to thank the participants of the webinar. Without you guys, we have no relevance. Without you guys, we have no identity. Thank you so much for joining in. And on that note, Humanizing Lives is going to share 2 links there. Our website has become public today. We have published the website. We would like you to go check. We will have all the information related to our upcoming events posted there. We also have a community support on Facebook. Join us. It is a private group, so whatever you join is going to be only to assist you in feeling better about yourself, feeling happy, proud, productive, and everything positive that's out there. Also, you can share your own content if you like. Sometimes you create something and you don't feel otherwise confident enough to put it anywhere else. Put it with us. Get the confidence, build it up through us. Use us like a ladder in your life. And we have Navya and other psychologists like Navya who will keep coming to you guys time and again. For today's session, Navya, your time, I am sure in these days, is super, super packed. And thank you for being so generous and considerate towards us. Thank you for giving us your time.
I was helpful. I'm really happy for you guys to host this and to make such things happen. It's really great from your end. And I'm really glad that this has happened. So,
same here, Navya.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.